Am I audible? Yes, ma'am. I welcome all the participants and our today's expert, Mr. Mehul Kantaria, sir, on the fourth of this faculty development program. I would like to inform you all that our today's expert, Kantaria, sir, has joined us from United States of America. So I would like to thank him for giving us this time due to different time zones. So I warmly welcome you, sir. And
Thank
let
you.
me allow to give brief introduction of our today's expert. Mr. Mehul Kumar Kantaria, he is currently performance test engineer at Options Clearing Corporation, Texas, United States of America. He has been a digital technology engineer, data science, General Electronics Digital, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Before that, he was in India as an assistant professor, Marwari University, Rajkot. Sir has completed Master of Science in Computer Engineering with a specialization in Data Science, San Jose State University, USA. Sir has done Master of Technology, Wireless and Communication Technologies, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, India. Sir has done Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Communication Department, Bhavnagar University, Gujarat, India. Sir's expertise lies in Python, Java, Load Runner, Selenium. Today, Sir will put light upon leveraging AI tools for better outcomes. Sir, I would request you to begin the session, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita madam, for really warm welcome. And I also would like to thank all the AVPTA staff to giving me this opportunity to talk. And this is one of my favorite topic where education can be enhanced with help of new technologies. It could be AI, ML, IoT, or any latest trends which we are seeing in they are in development. Okay, so today we'll talk more about the one of the technology that enhancing the industries that we call digital twin, as well as like before we jump to that part, and I would like to go through the my journey of education, what I have experienced, like how the AI, ML, or it could be IoT, okay, all these latest technologies they are going to integrate, and how it could be helpful for the our education system, which can produce a better outcome, better learning curve for the each and every student. And at the end of this session, we will also go through the some of the tools that I have used, which are really helpful, I believe. And so let me start. Okay. And so these are the kind of agenda we'll go through today. So what I believe the that something we can address in current education system, and how the integration of AI, ML, and other technologies can be helpful. And we'll also discuss the digital twin, yeah, and the AI tools. Now, like I have been almost like 10 years in education industries, and we had a really good team who worked really hard with the student over extended time to make sure that each and every student is capable to learn. I would say our education system, we always say it should be always student centric. But here I would like to modify a little bit that can we make it learning centric from the learner perspective? The student is a one of the key component of our education system. But what I have experienced that even if we take any one particular university, college, or it could be one particular class of particular discipline, then majority time we have a one faculty. It could be a lab setup, lecture setup, workshop setup, And on the other side, we have multiple students, right? And I believe so, like majority of the participants, they are also from the education background. So they are also somewhere they may have come across with similar issues, okay, which I have faced in my career. And it's not just about the number of students, but they are from the diverse background. They may have a different ability to learn, different ability to express their ideas. Okay. Some students are from metro cities, where on the other side, some students could be from a small villages. And also we need to accept that each and every student have their own learning style, learning method, which is best suitable for them. But being as only one member in a class as a faculty, these are the some of the challenges that we face. Okay. And when we are discussing something on the board, or when we have given some example to solve in the group of student, okay, we will always see, okay, some students raise their hand. Okay, they are very fast. On the other side, some students need our personal attention. We need to go there. We need to teach them. Okay, then they will be able to understand the topic. Okay, so these are the some of the points where I believe that the advancement in technologies is going to help us to address some of these challenges. Okay. Like normally we have lectures, it could be laboratory. In some of the subjects, students also come up the workshops where they make a small projects or small hands-on session. We do have a projects, presentation, exams. These are the various methods that we are using it nowadays. So students can understand, learn, and but all over. Okay. There the problem or the challenging part is we have only one. It could be teacher, it could be facilitator, it could be guide, or even professor. Okay, so starting from the schooling to it could be a post graduation. Okay, this is the what a normal classroom looks like. And so here I would say some of the like points from the student learning point of view, that each and every student has a scattered need, a different method to learn. But on the other side, one person is not able to fulfill, okay, all these challenges. So here we have some lack of attention for each and every student, because some are very fast, some are slow. We need to give enough time so everyone can learn, can solve this problem. And meanwhile, how are you going to tackle a students in the classroom who are really faster than their entire class group? So because of that, okay, somehow there will be a burden on the teachers or the facilitator shoulders, that how to engage the class. So it's not just about the teaching, it's also about how you can manage the environment of the class, because some of the challenges that we have faced. Okay, so now the question is, okay, there are some issues. How can we enhance the learning? How we can expect a better outcome? Okay, so either teacher need to spend a time after their working hours, okay, so they can have a one-to-one interaction with the student. They can try to explain the scenarios in a different way to the some students so they can understand better. But this is our education system where the quality education is directly dependent on the first one is professor or teachers or facilitator, and the other thing is the resources available. Okay, it could be computers, it could be laboratory setup, the project components, and how we evaluate at the end of the learning. Okay, so as of now, it could be a project-based learning, it could be exams, it could be tests. Okay, so we have a different setup where this is how we evaluate the learning of each and every student. But here also I have a question that are the exams for only the evaluation or they are also meant for the learning? Okay. But when we have a one question paper for all these 60 students, those who have a different learning style, different pace of learning, they have different abilities to learn. Okay. Are we able to improvise this where instead of one particular exam, okay, instead of just evaluation, can we go for a learning during the exams, or can we lift up the students' abilities by taking the exams or by taking the various types of exams? Yep. I'm aware that nowadays many universities and colleges they are affiliated with some of the university evaluations, right? Where we may have come across about the different levels of the questions. It could be like knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, and it could be the last one is the evaluation. Okay, we call the Bloom's taxonomy. And this is how like we are designing our question paper. It could be an assignment which helps students to understand the concept from basic knowledge level to the evaluation or the design level. So here, the evaluation versus the learning progress. Okay, how we can make both things like running on the track of the train. Okay, they are parallel. We want to conduct the exam, but at the same time, we want to make sure that student had learned or student had gone through the process which helped them to learn with maximum efficiency, okay, which is one of the challenges that we have discussed. Okay. As of now, with this current setup, it is difficult to achieve the maximum efficiency. Okay. And here I would like to ask one question to our participants that I have uh, two twins boys, and I believe that some of you might have twins. Okay. How many of you have experienced that they have a different abilities? They have a different way to learn the same things. Okay. So can participants reply in chat, please, that if you're twins, and what's your experience about their learning, right? When you are teaching them before their exams, or maybe when they want to submit some assignments, do you think that the same method they are able to complete the work at the same time? No, right? So here we are talking about just two learners, but inside the class, yeah, thank you for the reply. Yeah, so when inside the class we have it could be 60 or more than that number of students. Okay, how it's possible to emphasize the efficient or best way of learning, right? Because that's why I mentioned different minds have a different path to learn. Okay, so as we have discussed all these things, I hope that this is somewhere here and there we have discussed, like in this whole session of faculty development program, all the experts have talked similar on content. But if we see the current development of tools, okay, which could be, let's take the focus on specific to AI tools. Okay, so these are the some of the categories where the tools are available. Okay, and these are the some of the famous tools that not this is not just only tools. It could be in chatbot or search engine. There are n numerous tools available in the market. Okay, according to our requirement, definitely one of the tool can be useful. Okay. Now, so how AI can be helpful to resolve or to address some of the challenges, right? As we said, it could be a personalized learning. So if we have AI in a classroom, which can helpful to identify the student level. And we could have n numbers of assignments starting from very easy to extreme hard level, and which one is the best for the student learning, not for the evaluation. Okay, that can be practiced. And eventually, the system can increase the level of assignment to make sure that student is confident and student is learning. At the same time, we can see a progress in their learning curve, which is difficult for one teacher to set up maybe 30 assignments, and each assignment have a different levels. Yes. So that's where I would say our AI friend will be helpful, right? It's not going to replace anywhere the teachers. But yes, I always give this example that maybe before 20 years or 30 years, when we were not having earth movers like JCB or such similar companies, okay, that can be used to dig down the land. Okay, we used to have maybe 50, or I have seen 100 workers working on a row, okay, and they are digging for cables or pipelines. But nowadays, same amount of work, 100 people work, can be done by only one operator for that particular machine. So, is it the technology is going to absorb the jobs? I would say no, because before 30 years, we didn't had computers, we didn't had jobs which were meant for some of the grocery stores, like let's say DMart, right? It could be Amazon delivery, it could be food delivery. So over the time, the skill required for a job is changing. It's over the decade, the same job which we are performing right now, it would not be there after 10 years. But after 10 years, there will be others bigger opportunities. And I also believe that in previous, like if I talk about our parents, they must have acquired a one skill. It could be electrician, they could be civil engineer, they could be a electronics engineer. And for entire their life, they have used the same skill or same technology. The technology was not that fast moving to the different era. But what we have observed in last 5 to 10 years, that in industries, the tools which we are using right now, okay, they will be obsolete after 5 years. So you have to relearn the new tools, new methodology, new way of working, okay, each and every year. So can we integrate this factor in our education system, where instead of one particular skill, can learner be better on multiple skills which will be helpful for them? Okay. So here when we have intelligent tutoring system, so if student is really fast, okay, they can complete the more numbers of assignment, they can learn the more multiple skills. Okay. And here, before maybe when I was in my bachelor, okay, like in 2004 to 2008, I remember that when we want to make a presentation, okay, we used to go to the cyber cafe. We didn't had access to computers. And in colleges, a few of the colleges might have that many of computers that each and every student can use it. You have to find your own source. And if you want to know something, it could be a technology or engineering point of view. Either your professor could be one of the source, if not the books or the magazines, literature, right? We didn't have access to online real system. So we can Google it. So at that time, it was more about the memory power. But nowadays, whatever you want to know, okay, what's the population of India? What's the area of Gujarat? We don't need to remember. You just need a 1 second to search online. So somewhere the importance of the remembrance is reduced. And on the other side, how you can use the existing technologies, okay, to make your work simple, faster, okay, that is more useful. So our assessment technologies, it could be software based, where it's helpful, which can automation the exams grading. Because what I have seen, that students or the learners, they are more curious about their marks at the just end of the exams. But our education system takes some meaningful time to grade, to assess their papers, because we have one faculty and there could be a 60 plus students. So it cannot be done overnight or in few hours. So that's where the curiosity of student, okay, goes little bit, I would say, suppressed. Like what type of mistakes they have done, how they can improve it. Okay, so if the assessment could be on the spot, okay, that helps students to be more curious, to more be focused on their mistakes, and the learning happens even after the exam. So that's where the AI could be helpful to automate the grade. Okay, today we'll see some of the tools where we will be able to see how beautifully the AI is able to craft the student evaluation report. And definitely the predictive analysis where we have data. Okay, we can use the predictive analysis to identify that what could be the failure for this particular learner in future, and is there any way can we address this particular challenges that learner is going to face. Okay, it could be, let's say I have seen some of the students, those who are from village background or those who have not enough exposure to the language. Okay, so I have seen in majority of first year, okay, students is not able to score very well. It's not because of they are not brilliant, they are, but they have a language barrier. But eventually as they pass the second semester, third and fourth, and if you see in the semester 5 or 6, okay, they could be topper in the class. So similar, there could be n number of different challenges, right? So how that can be addressed? Okay, so there also AI tool can be helpful, right? And so this is all over like what I believe that what are the issues that we are facing as of now and how it could be helpful. So here we have one of the concept we call digital twin. Okay, here I would like to ask all the participants that how many of you have heard this terminology, or at least you are aware what the meaning of digital twin. Okay, could you please just reply in chat if you have ever across this term? Okay, thank you for your reply. So we have kind of mixed reviews. Okay, some faculty members are aware, but yeah, on the majority side, they have never heard. Okay, so it's useful. Okay, I'm glad that I will be helpful to understand what is this meaning. And this digital twin is not something like something came across after like 2020 or 2022. It's really old term used in the industries, But yes, it is very much dependent on the AI, predictive analysis, data, and as well as the IoT. Because we have a, if we want the data from the physical system, let's say from our car, we need a sensors. If we have a sensors, we need to send those data from an equipment to the central computers to process the data. So our intelligent mind, we call AI, can process the data, can understand, and can be helpful for some predictive analysis. Okay, so let's see here we have some of the videos which are available on YouTube, okay, to understand in more better way. Because here also I believe we have a scattered learners, okay, those who learn very fast when we have audio visuals. Okay. So in simple words, the digital twin is a virtual digital representation of any physical object or system. Okay, so it could be car, it could be industrial turbine that we'll see in one of the video. It could be human being also. Okay, so anything which exists on the earth in universe, how can we make a similar model of that system or that entity into a virtual environment? Now, we have a question that, let's say if we have a model, a digital representation of something, how it can be useful. Okay. So here, this definition divide into three major categories that how the digital twin works. So first of all, we have a virtual replica of anything. Okay, so it could be any object. Okay, example, it could be a Burj Khalifa. Okay, it could be a car. It could be entire city for IoT. Right, where you are monitoring the water flow, electricity uses, or any XYZ parameters. And the second thing about the digital twin is it's a real time. It is able to see, means to read the data, able to understand the data, and able to take the decision based on this data. Okay, so digital twin, you can say it's an AI model of something which is real in time, okay, which is able to understand the live scenario of anything. Okay, and that help us to understand that AI model how effective to take the decisions. Okay, so third point is it can simulate the data as well as the predict the data. Okay, so it could be example if we have a car, okay, and how can we identify a right time to service the car? Now, if you do it every 6 months, sometimes because your usage of the car vary in each and every month or each and every day. So sometimes you might need to go at the end of 5 months, and if your usage is less, you can extend it up to a year. But if you do it, okay, if you perform a service of the car every 6 months, which is not, I would say, ideal for the best life of the engine component, because sometimes you are accessing that limit instead of 5 months where your usage is really high, you are going after 1 month. On the other case, if the usage is very less and you are performing service or any particular expense on the car at the end of 1 year, right, you are too early because you are spending more money for the maintenance. Okay, so same concept is applied on the any industrial component. Okay, when it is planned maintenance. Okay, I worked with the GE and this is where I worked on the predicts. Okay, we have one of the video, which is it's AI tool or the software which helps the industries to understand how well a particular machine or the object is working, and what's the right time for the either replacement or it could be a service. If it is planned maintenance, it doesn't cost too much. But if it is a failure of a system at any point of time, example, very simple thing, you know, you have to change the oil or you may need to change the tires of the car. Okay. It's easy, right? You just go to this particular shop, you just replace it. Hardly it will take half an hour. But though you are aware, and if you are traveling and on the way, if you come across the flat tire, then it will be a headache because it was not planned. You have to change the tires, right? It will give you a headache because you are not planned for that particular thing. And on the other side, it will also take lots of time because you might not have that services available at that point. So in industries, the planned maintenance is always preferred than unplanned failures, right? So this is the scenario. And that's where the digital twin is most useful to understand the system better way. Okay, so that's why we have a prediction. When system is going to fail, how system is going to fail, what it could be seconds, minutes, or years we have before its failure. So we can utilize that particular component or resources till the end of their life before we replace them. Okay. So where we can use the digital twin, it could be any manufacturing unit. It could be a factory like a Morbi, which produces the tiles. It could be any factory in the Rajkot where they design the mechanical components. So to optimize the process, okay, how the cost of the product can be minimized, how the quality of the product can be improved, okay, and the specific how we can reduce the downtime. Okay, so this is where we can use in the manufacturing. If we talk about healthcare, you will see one of the video how the digital twin exactly helpful for well-being of any patient. So it helpful to understand the patient need. Okay, like simple example, maybe before 20 years, 50 years, or 100 years, when paracetamol, okay, that compound is invented, they need to go to the human trial to understand how it affects the human body. But if we have a digital twin of human being, let's say, okay, a biological human being twin, then we don't need to perform experiment on human. You can give the same parameters to that model, and the model is able to help you to understand that how this particular medicine affects a different people. Okay, so it could be anything, something like that. So how we can develop the new treatment, how we can come up with the improved surgical processes. Similar as we have discussed about the smart cities, the mainly about the flow of different entity. It could be traffic, energy, water, on any other resources. If we have engineering, let's say design, okay, as I said, Burj Khalifa, how we can measure a real time pressure. It could be because of air, it could be because of any environmental changes on the different parts of the building. And more important, that when maybe after end of 50 years, 100 years, okay, something need to be changed in the structure of design. So what's the right time to change it? So all these questions can be answered with help of digital twin. Okay, so let's see this video which explains that what exactly the digital twin is and how it can be used in industries. Okay, so we'll see from the industry's prospect Then we will slightly move to the how it can be applied for the human being, and then we'll talk about how it could be helpful for our beloved student. So please just reply in chat if you are able to hear the sound, and I hope you will be, but if not, okay, I can make some changes. Okay, yep. Let me just stop sharing and maybe I can share include sounds. Yep, I think that should help.
There are many notable twins in the world today. You might even be a twin. But do you know what a digital transformation of the design, engineering, construction, manufacturing, and maintenance industries? A digital twin starts with knowledge of the assets and spaces that make up a facility. This type of descriptive twin is a live, editable version of design and construction data, such as a visual replica of assets or facilities. An informative twin has an added layer of operational and sensory data. As more and more data is added, the twin becomes richer and richer and more strongly linked to its physical counterpart. Predictive twins are able to leverage this operational data for insights, while comprehensive twins simulate future scenarios and consider what-if questions. In the future, twins will become autonomous, able to learn and act on behalf of users. Because digital twins can gather key information about things like population growth, natural resource supply levels, and historical data on environmental disasters, they can help build more resilient cities and infrastructures as the world changes. Eventually, an entire ecosystem of digital twins will help industries respond to global challenges with powerful, simultaneous changes. Right now, digital twins are helping operations and facility managers respond faster by removing the need for complex and time-consuming maintenance documents. Owners can gather information from the design and build phases to make faster business decisions, lowering operational and maintenance costs. Professionals on site can predict material and labor cycles.
Okay. So just we seen that how the digital twin works. And when I was working with GE, I was part of GE Vernova. So GE is a three entities. They work in the aerospace, healthcare, and the industries, okay, which is Vernova. And we had a system called Predix, which can be helpful to understand the system. Okay, like what we have discussed just now, the digital twin was a part of that. And it's not new, like they were able to integrate digital twin with the real-time system back in 2015 and 16. Okay, so let's see a small glimpse of how the digital twin is integrated with the industrial components. Okay, this is a long video, but we'll see few of the minutes which help us to understand how they are integrated.
Operator, a change in my mission is causing damage to my HP turbine rotor.
Okay, Twin, help me understand the problem. What's your operating profile?
In past 6 months, my number of cold starts is 4, my number of warm starts is 8, my number of hot starts is 39. The number of start-stop cycles has increased by 27.5%.
Twin, tell me about your rotor damage.
My damage rate has increased by 4.0 times over last 6 months. If this continues, I would lose 69.9% of my useful life.
Twin, give me options for mitigating that rotor damage.
Based on weather forecasts, historical data, fuel cost, electricity pricing and my present condition, I have two options for you to optimize operations. Option 1 is to manually slow down my startup ramp rate so that you can reduce the wear on my rotor. Option 2 is to download the OpFlex app and apply stress controls to minimize wear and reduce fuel consumption too.
Twin, give me the factors you use to calculate option 2.
I used my past 15 years of historical data, fleet learning from 125 other D11 steam turbines like me, and 58,965 simulation runs to get this recommendation. I'm 95% confident of my assumptions.
Twin, I need a financial perspective. Tell me about the numbers.
The numbers look good. We can reduce stress by 25%, which brings the damage rate back to normal range. Startup fuel cost will go down by 40% and startup time will be cut by 50%. You will also avoid $12 million by preventing an unplanned outage.
Twin, okay, I select option 2. Let's do it.
I'm initiating option 2, which is Flex Start. Thank you.
Okay, good morning.
And this particular video was not recorded, it was a live turbine running somewhere in California, USA. Okay, so I do have one more video. I will share this presentation with the participants so you will be able to see this. So as of now, because we want to cover some of the tools, I'm just skipping one of the video, like how the digital twin can be integrated with human being. But here, if we have a model which can understand a student more better way than a teacher based on the data, right? So this is where I believe that in future, we might have some AI models which will help us to understand students' abilities in a more better way based on their past exams, tests, and n number of parameters. Okay. And this is how I believe that somewhere in future, maybe one of the researchers from our audience, they might be working, they may come up with some thing which is similar to digital twin, which help us to understand a student, okay, in a more better way. Okay. Now let me just go through the some of the tools that what I believe that it could be helpful in the industries, education industry specifically. Okay. So here, okay, I will I have also link of all these websites, okay, in the last slide of the references. So please feel free to go through it. Okay. So just first let's sign up and see, okay, what we'll be able to learn from this particular tool. Okay, so from the exam, sorry, link, okay, we can identify it's examgenerator.com. So I know it's really hard to design a question paper of a different, right, levels questions. So here when we like to select a create new, okay, so we have multiple options to create the exam. It could be you can copy and paste the text. You can also upload the file. So you might have a PDF of one particular chapter or some of the topics. Okay, you can upload the file. You can also upload your own exams file which you have prepared it. Okay, and similarly, there are other ways you can generate the question paper. Okay, now let's go with the upload files because it's easier for now. Okay, so when we click on upload file, it will ask us to upload a PDF or any document. Okay, so I have just already prepared a diode, and I hope those who are from electronics, computer, or IT background, they must have studied basic electronics. So at least they are aware about the diode. Okay, so it will take few seconds to upload the file, and yeah, because of the free account, you might have some limit. Okay, how many pages or characters you can upload. Okay, so once you upload the file, then maybe you can select the difficulty level of the question. So we'll go with the academic. So that is something related to 12th plus and English. Okay, we would like to use the language. And yeah, even if you have a subject, okay, you can specify, otherwise we can keep it blank and we can go next screen. And here you will be asked for four particular ways to ask the question. It could be multiple choice, open-ended questions, blanks, and the dependent question. So two questions, one on each. Okay, so let's first go with the open questions. Let me add few more multiple choice question. Now I would like to change the question level. Okay, so one from the knowledge point of view, another could be comprehension. Let me select each and every level, analysis, evaluation, and the finally the creation. Right? So we can have a different level for multiple choice also. Okay, you can add required questions. You can click on next. It will take few seconds to generate, to analyze, and it will also try to give you some idea that what particular part we are much focused on. So is it more on how the semiconductor works in a diode? Is it more about the diode construction, or it could be anything other than that? So let me select the diode functionality and the characteristic, forward bias, reverse bias, depletion region. And here, if you want, you can also modify it. Okay, so that was the three suggestion based on the what content we had uploaded. But here you can exactly write a topic's name in a sentence or in a bullet points. Okay, what type of areas, okay, coverage area would like to select. And you can also here select like what, definitely social skills is not that much important for engineering subjects. And but cognitive skills, maybe you can select mathematical modeling, okay, maths, it could be problem solving. So you do have a options to select what type of exam or questions you would like to form of that particular level. Okay, so here I will just enable this limit exam to provided content. Okay, and I will click next. Okay, so these are optional, but you can select. And once we click on generate exams, you will be able to see this AI tool is helpful for to design. If you want to design a 3 or 4 multiple set of questions, right, the same way you can generate the question papers, and this is how it saves our time. And here we see the this question is based on the knowledge. Okay, so what it's about the information comprehension. So it starts with the explain, and we have some point. If it is application, how would you apply? Okay, so it's more about how it can be used, okay, how the things works. And similar, if it is analysis level, you can see a different impact of temperature on conductivity of the diode. Okay, so that's where it is helpful to create a question paper. Right. So similar, let's say a different tool which is more focused on the content of the subjects. Like many times you will come across it when you are writing a research paper, you may have something from one resource, but you cannot write same sentence as it is, right? Because that comes under the plagiarism. That even though it's your understanding, how you can paraphrase it, how you can write the same sentence in a more better way, or it could be the different way. Okay. So let's go with the paraphrase. Okay. And here you can write any particular text. Okay. So I think okay, let me see if I can find something where we don't need to type. It would be easy. Just give me a minute. Let me just copy and paste some content from one of the file. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one of the content from our presentation. So if we just paraphrase it, okay, you can see the advanced predictive analysis. Yeah, few things cannot be changed, so it will try to keep it as it is. But if you see early identification of XYZ, here the sentence is totally different. Yeah, the human intervention is required to just verify it, whether the message what you would like to convey with this, is it the same message you are able to convey with this different statement or not. Okay, so Quillbot is one of the famous tools by students or assignments, or it could be any researcher. Mainly it came for the paraphrase, but as of now, they have also implemented so many other functionalities. It could be plagiarism checker, it could be AI detection, right? Even you can summarize the topic. If you upload the PDF, it will give you summary about that particular PDF. Okay. Next, when students are applying for jobs, I think so job scan is one of the most useful tool. Now how? Okay. The first thing is once you upload your resume, okay, I think I just work, let me just, yeah, okay. So what you can do with this? Number one, you can upload your resume. It will give you some points like what particular things you need to change in comparison with the job description. So this resume evaluation is based on a job description. How many words it is, we have a same skills, which one is missing, what particular things you can improve it. Similar, you can also evaluate your LinkedIn profile. What particular things you can add, which will sound really interesting for the recruiters. And if you want to compare your resume with any particular job description, you can also compare this. It will give you what are the similar words in terms of technologies and which particular technologies which is mentioned in job description is not available in your resume. Okay, so this is also for useful for the students, okay, when they are specific interested in the job market. Okay, and this magic school, okay, is a combination of so many tools. Okay, and majority of them are useful for the students. Okay, so it could be, let's say, image generator. So they have kind of integrated available tools on the internet. So this one's from the Adobe. So it could be used for the image generator. Similar, you can make a presentation. But yeah, these presentations are not so attractive, but it will help you to at least write or draft the content of each and every slide. But they are much accurate about the content. Okay, it will give you a text. Similar, you can also prepare a lesson plan for any particular topic. It could be, let's say, semiconductor diode. You can also um, set exam papers. Okay. Similar, there are so many other text summarizer. I believe those are useful. YouTube video questions. So based on video, you can design your test. Okay. Similar, email responder. Okay. So they have particular models which are trained for this particular need. And if the user, okay, if they are not so well with, let's say, any large language model like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, that how specific instruction you can give them so you can get the correct output or required output. Okay, so these particular models are already trained for that particular task. So definitely you can also go through it and you can check. And one of the other tool that I believe that which is useful for the students as well as any participants, that so yesterday I was just checking with this tool. So this tool otter.ai converts the live audio into the text. Okay, so though there are many tools available, but this is the most widely used tool. Okay, now let's see one of the video and see. Okay. So what you need to do once you create the account, you can click on record, and on the other screen of the computer, I'm going to play uh, one of the speech from United States President Trump, and we will see, okay, how efficiently the author is able to record that speech. Okay, so you can see, let's say, allow this time. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, let me just start the speech on the other screen.
Did you know that Amazon has a $50 million fund that they have to pay out every month? And here's how you.
We have many others. Look, I'm not going to go through it, but we're going to sign some orders right now, and that's really what I want to do. So we're going to sign executive orders. First, I'll revoke nearly 80 destructive and radical executive actions of the previous administration, one of the worst administrations in history, maybe not one of them, the worst. Anybody that would allow millions of people to pour through our borders from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums.
So I hope at least you got the glimpse that how this particular tool works. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will also share this tools links with presentation, so you will be able to use it. And Litero.ai is more for research paper. So I believe that faculties, those who are focusing on the research point, okay, if none of the speaker have addressed this, okay, you can also go through it. Okay, so I think that's all the content which I would like to share with you. But at the same time, we can go through the any question answers you have, and I would address it with my best knowledge. And thank you so much, all the participants, for your reply and to be active in the chat and to be a very nice
Uh,
audience.
excuse me. There is one question in the chat box.
Mhm. Okay.
Could you please open the PDF you uploaded in the website? Can you see
Okay.
that
Yes.
question?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was the PDF. Okay. Semiconductor diode. So it has a silicon construction structure about P and N type, how the diode is formatted, forward bias, reverse bias, VI characteristics, and it also have some Zener diode as a rectifiers. Okay, so this is the small part which I had uploaded. Oh, sorry, I stopped sharing screen. Pardon me. Kavita ma'am, can you please verify? Is the screen visible now?
Yes, yes, visible. The
Okay,
PDF
yeah,
is visible.
yeah. So we have semiconductor, then about PN junction formation, VA characteristic, Zener diode, and rectifiers. Yeah, so this is the PDF which we have uploaded. Okay, a tool which can helpful for exams. Yeah, so here one is StudyWise, or you can say examgenerator.com. Okay, and the second tool that I have mentioned, okay, it was from Magic School. Okay, these are two exam related tools. Yeah, for research writing, that's not my area of expertise, but once in a while I have used Litero AI, and I was quite satisfied with the original initial draft for the content. But yeah, I'm not sure that what level of depth you are expecting from the research paper. So yeah, maybe there could be other good tools available in the market, but I have used this one particularly. Is there any questions which I
I
have
have
not
one
found?
question
Yeah.
that we have heard of, like one of the previous speakers had told about add-ins, which we get to see in the Word and Excel, PowerPoint, like AI add-ins, if you have idea, or any other this tools. So I just wonder about the security concerns when you add any AI extension into Chrome or
Yes.
any applications, offline applications, like number of AI add-ins have come upon. So what are the security concerns that we need to care of?
Yes. Yeah. So definitely this is a really good questions when we talk about AI or a helping hand from a software side or intelligent software side. Okay, one example I would like to share here that though Grammarly is a very useful tool, specific to when you are writing emails or preparing documents, but majority companies do not allow Grammarly to integrate on the system. Like in majority companies, we have either virtual system or we work from our laptop or monitor, but Grammarly is not, allowed to integrate. Now, why is the reason? Okay, though it's not like Grammarly is not trustworthy, it is trustworthy. But whenever you are dealing with something confidential things, you are not allowed to share with any other world, or it could be any software. But Grammarly try to read, take the text from your document, and it's not processing on your PC. The text goes to the server. The server identifies what is right or wrong and what could be a better suggestion for that. And then that suggestion will come up to you on your screen. So when we are using any tool, yes, the confidentiality of the data, that is at the risk if it is not properly used. And I have seen some of the companies, those who have their own large language model, example ChatGPT or Gemini, example Google, right? They have their own Gemini model. So probably they should be allowing their employers to use Gemini, but for other companies, okay, that let's say a rival of the Google, for them, I think they should not, because ultimately that data will be transferred to the central server, and this is where a security concerns are really important.
Hmm, very true. So, any questions from participants? You can also type in chat box, or if you wish, if you raise hand, we can unmute. So, if there are no more questions, yes,
Sir, participant
Kavi
has
Samal.
requested to demonstrate the exam generator once again
Okay,
in
Kavi
chat
yes,
Samal,
box.
we'll
yes.
address your question soon. Thank you.
Okay, so we go to examgenerator.com. Yeah, so once you log in, uh, you will be able to see a different way to give the content of your exam to the this AI tool. It could be free text. So let's say you have a one paragraph of maybe 5,000 words, or it could be a paper or document, and you have a copy and paste thing. Okay, so if you go here, you will be allowed to paste the things in a text box, and based on that, it will generate a question paper. But the easiest way that I always use is the upload the file. Okay, so I click on this, then it will ask you to upload the files. Okay, and here you can have a PPT, PDF, or many other format which the tool can access the data. So you just select that particular file. Here you should not upload the entire book. Only one example, let's say you have a chapter 1. So only upload the PDF of chapter 1, not the entire book. And so once you upload, yeah, is as this is free account, so we have a size limit. But yeah, if it is really useful, you can go with the purchase, and then you will not have any limitations on the number of words. So as you can see, it supports the PDF, PPT, and as well as the text documents. You click on the next, and here these are optional stuff. You even if yeah, the language is important. In which particular language you want to generate the paper. So I select the English, we call next. And here by clicking this particular button, you can add questions, and you have to select the question type. It could be, let's say, long or short or lengthy answers question. It could be a fill in the blanks, or it could be multiple choice. And along with the question type, you also have to define the question level. Okay, so those who have worked with the Bloom's taxonomy, you might have idea about what particular level of questions defines. Okay, so here you can select from knowledge to creation. And once you specify, okay, I'm not specifying each and everything. Once you specify the question and their type, just click on the next. And the PDF which we have uploaded, okay, based on that, it will offer some of the areas, okay, because we are going to format, let's say, 8 questions, and 8 questions, you might want to cover entire chapter or some specific part of the chapter. So you can select one of them, but also you can also change it. Okay, so if you want to add 1 or 2 topics, you can add it here, or even you can remove it. Okay. Then I will uh, select this option because it says the limit exams to provided content. So it's not going to add something which is not available in that PDF file. And we just click on next. And here also you can focus on which like example, if you want to conduct exam more on mathematical applications based view, so you can select only mathematical modeling. It could be problem solving. Then, okay, let's see if is there anything. Yeah, creative thinking, something like that. So majority questions will be based on this type of skills. We click on next, just generate exam, and this is how you will have a set of questions. Let's say you want to define or design 5 question paper set with the same level but different. So you need to run the same thing 5 times. So you will have a 5 set of question paper. Okay, so I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, there are number of questions in queue in the chat box.
Yeah,
But first,
sure.
I'll cover the questions that are related to the ongoing topic. Like Piyush sir has asked that is there any option to use Bloom's taxonomy, which comes under certain standardization of education, like
Yeah.
we have to use certain kind of adjectives and verbs. So, is it
Okay.
possible?
Yeah. Mhm. Let me just share this link. So before, like, with the participants, yeah, so they can. Uh, I'm also going to add. Yes, I'm sharing this link in a chat. And yeah, praise is also, if you have never used it, I would say you can learn how to use this tool to make, more a different way of presentation other than the normal PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. And the next question is, can we make digital twin of a person by giving an image? Uh, no, here I would say image is a visual representation of a person, but digital twin is not a visually twin. Okay, they might, but when it's an AI model, it has a node and the branch, right? It has some decision methods, like how our neuron works. It's a 1 or 0. So digital twin is a binary 1 or 0, but it's very difficult to, imagine when it's in form of a software 1 and 0. So just for a better visual understanding, in videos we have seen them, they explain the digital twin as a replica of a visual thing, but it's actually a not visual thing. Okay, it's more of a data. So Virendra sir, no, we cannot generate a twin with image. Okay, they are a different thing. Yeah. Is there
Now,
any option?
yeah. Um, Kavisa ma'am wants to talk, right? Piyush sir, can we disable her mic?
Yes, yes, I have
Yes, yes, I
already.
disabled already.
Okay, I enabled, sorry. Yes. Ma'am, you can raise your question. Your hand is in the raised position.
I think there is some connectivity issues. So next is Dr. Piyush.
Yeah,
No.
Piyush sir, can you just elaborate your question?
You, sir, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, please.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Mehul sir, good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, whatever you have explained, that is very informative and
Thank you.
very knowledgeable also. As a teacher, we have to use AI for different category of student, so that we can make student learn all kind of students on the class from the front bench to back benchers.
Yes.
And whatever you have explained as far as question paper generation or examination uh, with the help of AI, that is the one part. My question is from the different angle, from the student point of view. I want things we can use AI to design assessment or different types of assessment so that we can cater all.
Your voice is breaking. I am unable to hear it, Dr. Piyush. Could you please repeat the last part?
I think there is a network connectivity issue from his side. I would like to brief a few questions because we are having just 15 minutes left for the next session. Um, Kavisa ma'am has messaged that can you provide some tools that might help us with the result analysis of students? And parallelly, she has also asked for a class of 20 or 30 students. Like student assessment and analysis, one to two questions are similar.
Yeah. So the website which we have used, even you can also share this question paper, okay, with the students, number one, and like how it will work from their end. So they can, let's say, they try for auto grade. Okay, so means they are appearing in exam for this particular question. And you can see here we also have means the passing criteria, or you can say how the marks is going to be evaluated, okay, once they appear in the exam. Maybe we can write some name. Okay. Now here I will write, let's say, some, okay, let's write a correct answer for this particular question. So I'm not going to write, okay, I'm just going to use this question in Gemini, which is a chatbot. And let me just copy this answer. Okay. And for other questions, okay, I'm not going to write anything. Okay, so I will just write some random stuff. Okay, so I'm just copying pasting the same content. Okay, I'm not sure which answer is correct. Just selecting something just to understand how this works. Finish exam, submit. And you can also get the evaluation of this particular exam generated by the AI. And yeah, if you are asking about, let's say we have a Canvas tool, okay, where you can integrate examinations and that. So all those tools are available on license or the paid version, where you can, manage entire class, and for each and every student, uh, the evaluation will be graded by itself. They are not kind of available freely, but yeah, based on paid subscription, you can. So this is how they end up with exam. And if we go back and if we see on my exam, we can see, I think this is the one. Okay, let's see first. Okay, you can also click on review, and it will give you an assessment. Okay, what particular things they have answered, how this could be from the yesterday. Yeah, and share and submit with exam. Okay, so you can also share the assessment with them. Okay, if you go in response, and here you can see review exams. So what we have just answered right now, and you can see from each and every component of the evaluation, okay, how the question was answered. Okay, and here you got 0 marks, okay, because we have not answered correctly. So these AI tools are quite, effective, but yeah, sometimes they cannot reach to our exact expectation. Yeah, so where you need to, skim through the results. Like, is there anything wrong or everything is graded perfectly? And for handwritten notes, so in Acrobat PDF, okay, you have OCR, okay, that converts the handwritten notes into text. And as of now, I don't remember, but I will try to share with the Piyush sir if I will come across. I have seen one tool which can take a handwritten answer sheet. You can scan it and you can upload it, and AI is able to evaluate that answer sheet also. But how effective, that I have never measured. Okay, but yeah, that options are available nowadays.
Sure. We will address just last point of the chat box that ma'am has asked that ma'am she actually wants to know, is there any tool for a live assessment of like not online quiz but the sheets or evaluation at college level, conduct exams conducted in the college, maybe offline. It's her question is written in the chat box, if you can understand
Okay.
from there.
I have not any particular, tool which of that scale, but we have used the canvas, to just manage the assignment, submission, and exam process. I think so. If you have not come across, maybe you can go through that tool, and there are similar available integration platform for classroom studies. But sorry, I am not much aware about any tool which has that capabilities.
Okay, then now we will approach towards conclusion, because we'll have a next session at 7:30 p.m. So I would just like to brief up what sir has told. Sir has very well begun his session with the flow of education system from his experience, examination scheme, and the curriculum structure and the levels of question. He has also talked about digital twin, why it is required, what is its importance, and how it could be useful in future, and n number of tools for question paper setting, for assessment. Sir has given the best of it within a very short time. Like, there are n number of tools, so the best results will only get once we start using it. So I feel that overall this FDP, whoever may be the speaker, will share the best of what they have used, but we could only use few of them, and the only solution is that we can stick on one and exploit it as much as we can to get the better output, because there are a number of AI tools. So I hope that all the participants will try to just make a brief note of the important tools that the expert is sharing, and then dig it more. And of course, the solutions will also get from ChatGPT and other generative AI, like how to use this tool and whenever we blog, because our experts, AI has given us number of online experts. So I hope the session
Truly, truly.
is useful. So it was nice. Thank you once again for giving us this time far from being there. We look forward to have you in our upcoming FTPs. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all the participants. And we'll have a 5 to 10 minutes break till our next expert joins us. And I appeal all the participants to stay online and we'll resume the session at 7:30 p.m. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining.
Thank you all faculty members and the staff, audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehul sir.
For next session, we'll start sharp at 7:30. Our next eminent speaker has already joined, so don't go anywhere. We'll start soon.
Am I audible, Ravi sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
clearly.
okay, done.
Okay. So 7:30 will start our session. Today we have with us Dr. Vishal Vora, who is professor at Faculty of Engineering and Technology at Atmi University. Let me introduce sir yourself. He is a PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering. He works as a professor and head of department at Faculty of Engineering and Technology at Atmi University for almost since last 20 years. Dr. Vora has published more than 30 research papers in Scopus, WS, UGC Care. Also, he has presented more than 30 research papers in various national and international conferences like IEEE and Springer level. His expert domains are embedded system, signal processing, and wireless communication. Dr. Vora has also authored 7 books on embedded system. Out of 7 books, he authored solely 6 books. He also published various chapters in Springer books on intelligent sustainable systems. Dr. Vora has recently received 4 lakhs of grant from AICT for organizing an international conference as a co-coordinator. He also organized various workshops and conferences and FDP at national and international levels. Currently, he is supervising 8 PhD scholars at Atmi University. Dr. Vora is also a team member of AICT NEP 2020 IQSC URAB at University Research Advisory Board at university level. On behalf of AVPTI and all the participants, sir, I heartily welcome you. Sir, session is yours, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi sir, for nice introduction. Good evening, participants. I would like to thank first of all the patron Dr. Paresh Kotak sir, the principal of AIFRF Technical Institute, convener Mr. G.V. Parmar sir, the head of department of EC department, and the FDP coordinators, Professor Bhagirath Bhatt and Mr. Piyush Dalsania, for giving me this an opportunity to share my views